Oh man.
Hurry up, guys! Hurry up!
There's
Get online.
big
Hurry up,
news,
hurry up,
guys.
hurry up, hurry
Big
up, hurry up.
news. Big news.
Hey, what's up? Everybody's on vacation.
Give them a time. We're on early. They're not used to this. Yeah. What's happening, guys?
Maurizio,
Guys.
pepperoni.
I hope they're sitting down. Big news.
Maurizio, ever since we told him that the president owes lunch, he's always the first one.
Hello, Sabrina.
Oh, very nice of you to join us, Sabrina.
Yes.
Very nice.
Even
very
Sabrina's big news. A total revamp of the podcast.
Frozen.
Mexico.
What's frozen? There's nothing frozen over here. Change provider. Look at his hair.
Look, beautiful.
Hello from Mexico.
Mexico.
Yes, that's what we want to hear.
Where it's possibly warmer.
David, ciao.
But guys, yeah, there's going to be
Trinidad, lock in.
Trinidad and Tobago. That's my cousin Curtis.
Love it.
My cousin Rena, she married Curtis.
Oh, yeah?
Curtis. He's a Petsipan. You know, they have a shark burgers over there. Shark and bake. That's what I hear. Yeah.
Got cars in the house.
All right, guys. So, big revamp. Let's just say that we're gonna a lot of the YouTube viewers are gonna have some extra content because unfortunately we have to cut off the podcast. Anyways, we're gonna get into it, and Presidente might have to cut off whatever he has to.
They're shutting us down.
Huh?
They're shutting us down.
They're shutting us down. They're not shutting us down, but they're telling us we gotta keep it to 45 minutes. Tommy Time is gonna have to be only on YouTube. Buonasera, and Dublin. Yes, he's all beautiful. But yeah, and even though we're going to be timed 45 minutes, we might not have time to answer all the questions. But we're going to keep it on for YouTube and do what we do best. Everybody's there. Adam Cole, baby. See, T. Pepperoni knows about the Undisputed Era.
Compadre Cheech is on.
Huh?
Compadre Cheech is on.
Where is he?
Faz.
Faz is there.
From Florida.
Is that Florida, Faz? I don't know.
We're back in New York.
New York. Anyways. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. Big news. Well, for sure, President is going to sneak himself into the comments tonight.
No, he's home.
Huh? Decompress, non-soccer related. I like to watch wrestling. BBC Earth, very, very nice, and it decompresses.
Maurizio's question was directed to you. Maurizio, with 2 kids, we don't decompress after soccer.
Actually, no, it's happy birthday to Vinny, not to Gigio, because I'm the one turning 40 tomorrow. Yeah,
but he's turning today.
No, 25, like me.
Oh yeah.
Me, Gigio, and Ric Flair. Ric Flair, all the same birthday.
Impression for me. Unlike some people who get to watch wrestling.
What do you mean wrestling?
People's album.
Wrestling. Why'd you have to put in quotation marks?
The Diamond Cutter.
Nice. DDP. Bang.
Dave, thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes, guys. Everybody.
Can we see Steve serenade you nasally? It's very possible.
It's very possible you might get some of that tonight.
All right. We got that.
Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock.
Let's go.
Are we okay? Oh shit! Sorry, Steve. Aspetta. I have to put our music. All right. Where is it? No. Aspetta.
Woo!
Are you recording it?
No.
Okay.
But T. Pepperoni asked me for a woo!
Ric Flair, baby. All right. Go right ahead.
What's happening?
Cari amici sportivi, welcome yet to another edition of the Milan Weekly Podcast. Here where we like to speed things up.
Speed it up.
We're
not professionals, and nor do we pretend to be. Woo!
Stevie P, Vinny T, always faithfully here every single Monday live on the YouTube machine. Guys, the big news. Big news. We got the fax incoming today
Yeah.
that we need to take our podcast and put it to a 45-minute thing because Radio Rossonera, well, they just told us to put it to 45 minutes. So
And they're going 24 hours, 24/7.
24/7. So
365.
So as soon as you get onto that radio station, you'll be able to listen.
Let's
So
go. Let's go.
Tommy time is going to be reserved for YouTube.
Man,
Stay
we'll film
tuned.
it.
Not
We'll
all
film it.
questions are going to be able to be answered, but in the end, last week Presidente said no more presidential points.
No.
But alas,
We
we did not take that.
no. What we did is we removed presidential points.
So you know what, Steve? Instead of just talking about it,
Yeah.
even though we were told to cut this off, bring out your inner Bob Ross and paint us a picture on how the situation came to be.
Presidente's comments yesterday were, guys, unfortunately, the presidential points, I'm going to have to take a little bit of a break. I feel a little bit winded. My hands are hurting me. So it's a part of the show that's a bit silly. So we said, okay, President, take a break, right? Last week we made fun of him. He can only type like this.
Mm-hmm.
Then Epiphany came to me and said,
Epiphany.
you know what? Along with Vinny and myself, we said, how about we make other people pretend to be the president for one Monday in the year?
Yeah.
And who better to select as our first presidential point producer
Ooh.
than a fellow financial wizard, a writer in her own craft, and her glorious, luscious hair flowing in the wind as she lies down on a bearskin rug with two fine young gentlemen who may or may not be gentlemen callers, feeding her grapes, picked from the best grocery store in the 416, Sabrina.
Thank you. Thank you, Sabrina, for actually coming. And she's a connoisseur of the calculator.
Yes,
by
she
the way.
was insta, yes, that's what she was.
Thank
Beautiful.
you. Sabrina's our first
Presidential point producer, PPP.
And stay tuned because we're going to be reaching out to all people from different clubs, different presidents. We like to hear
We're gonna hit
from
you up.
everybody. So let's start off and see what she
I
gave
want
us.
to apologize. I know Maurizio is the president of Milan Club Toronto.
Yeah.
But we had to find someone at the presidential,
Maurizio's
an accountant. We had to find someone in the financial realm close enough to Il Presidente to produce these high quality presidential points.
Maurizio looks like a kind of guy who buys a calculator at the dollar store.
Exactly.
You know,
or
no
calculates on the wall. Huh? Uji Brock.
First point from Sabrina. Ibra handball. In the 34th minute of the Fiorentina match, Ibrahimovic had a goal disallowed by referee Calvarese for a handball. There's been a lot of chatter.
Okay. You're reading really fast.
We need to go fast. There's been a lot of chatter about the new handball rule, but here's an excerpt from the 2019-2020 IFAB laws of the game. It is an offense if a player gains possession / control of the ball after it has touched their hands / arm and then scores in the opponent's goal. It is not unusual. It is not usually an offense if the ball touches the player's hand arm, if the hand arm is close to the body and does not make the body unnaturally bigger. Many online have been pointing to the first point, but neglected the second. In your opinion, how do the rules apply to the Ibra situation? So she's saying to the second point that if the hand arm is close to the body and does not make the body unnaturally bigger. Now, from the first video that we see, Steve, from that angle, you can see that his arm is this way and the ball comes in this way. It looks like the ball might have hit him here. But I don't know if you guys saw today, Milan TV.
Multiple freeze frames. Now, how does Milan TV have the shots to get the right call and the VAR doesn't?
I think that's where the problem lies, is where after that fantastic, play, getting that goal, and how do they, she's asking how the rules apply to the Ibra situation. Okay, to the first one at the first glance, but how is it that, again, you're saying Milan TV that, has a camera from the TV camera We're zooming in. They're
this
saying
is-
the imprint of the ball. Okay, even if it would have touched his arm and it came back, I don't know. See, what do you think about all this?
Again, and I'm pretty sure Sabrina knows that there's some plays that the VAR can see in regular speed. There's some that are slow speed. I don't know what handball is, especially outside the box. But the thing is, guys, is now VAR is going into the realm where it's destroying, especially after what you saw Ibra do at 38 years old, where he made Fiorentina's defense look like a eggplant parmesan made by your nonna, sliced and diced everybody. Guys, we're destroying the game here. Serie A is destroying the game. You cannot have these kinds of calls when it's not been consistent since the beginning of VAR. Some are handball, some are not. Whether your body is bigger with your hands out. You know, we've seen a lot of people post Cianlobul in the Coppa Italia and Alexandro touched the ball. Obviously, his body became bigger. So it's either, again, we've talked about it last time. If you want to make it, again, no pun intended, black or white, I think that's the only way you're going to get these calls right. But you're gonna lose on fantastic creative plays like this for an unintentional. It didn't help him. He didn't use his hand to get the ball in a direction where he can beat the guy after. It was nothing. It was just it was ball to hand.
With
not
three
hand
defenders
to
around him.
Exactly.
And they call,
it did not give any advantage.
Okay, so what do you say about, and I know many people have written articles about it and had their opinions on it. Does this VAR situation, does it hide again from the fact that we have a problem in the last 20 minutes? Again, Steve, no? Are we concentrating too much on these VAR episodes where the lack of mental strength of closing down a game? We were up by one, Steve, but for what, 27 minutes?
But I get it, but I have to disagree with everybody online. I'm disagreeing with everybody.
Okay.
Because those through balls will happen. It's common nature that when you feel that you're being threatened, especially when you're 10 against 11, the team in 10 shows a bit more character, a bit more heart. But Fiorentina, till that through ball, did absolutely nothing, man.
As soon as Cutrone came on, they seemed to have opened up.
But not even that. Not even.
He's
even
still
that.
a bench player. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that's not even the case. What I'm saying here is that through ball went in, which should not have gone. Should not have been a through ball because Kessie just needed to take a foul.
Yeah.
Now that's what pisses me off. You're a player that's been playing in Serie A for quite some time. The professional foul, especially when you're not on a card, is something that you use to your advantage. It stops the play. It stops the momentum. He takes a foul there, which I have absolutely no idea why he did not, because don't get me wrong, Fiorentina is a good team. They have some quality players, but they have no one who's going to hit something from 40 yards out and beat even who was in net? But what's I don't want to mispronounce his name. Guaranteed, Brozovic, something Vich in net. Begovic. No one's going to beat him. Not even him. Not from 40 yards out. They don't have Roberto Carlos. They don't have this fantastic free kick taker. He just had to take a foul. That is what pissed me off, because if you don't have that furbizia, that cattiveria, that snake in you that is going to take the foul to disrupt the play, the through ball and the VAR is the aftermath. Again, VAR. VAR was perfect against Milan. Perfect. 110% wrong. They were wrong with Fiorentina's red card. They were wrong with the handball on Zlatan, and they were wrong with the Romagnoli tackle in the box, which he touched the ball.
So if it's still coming down to a whatever the referee says, what's the whole point of going to VAR? Anyways, our second point, you're saying Atalanta at the San Siro in the Champions League. Until last Tuesday, there hasn't been a knockout match held at the San Siro since Milan's round of 16 appearance in 2013-2014. The kicker is, this is what was Atalanta that played that match last Tuesday, not either of the Milanese teams. Being that Atalanta is only 1/3 of the wage bill of Milan, is their success just due to luck of Lack of proof that an organization. Oh, sorry. Of proof that an organized and well executed plan yields results in modern football. If you believe it's the latter, what should Milan's plan be going forward? Do you think because it's Atalanta being that good, is because the rest of the guys, top contenders, are not playing up to par?
No, I think Atalanta has justfully so earned the right to play Champions League. I just think that Atalanta should not be playing Champions League at the San Siro.
So, according to what she's asking, would you, success just due to luck of proof that an organized and well executed plan? You have to have a coach. You have to have, if Milan, asking what should Milan's plan be going forward?
Their plan has been exactly what Milan's plan has not been for the past 10 years. They've had consistency at coach. They have consistency at getting players from lower divisions or lower, less known leagues. They had consistency selling players for a huge profit and replacing them without not even missing a beat.
So scouting,
that's called a project. They have a project, and Milan do not.
But we're still on the same page that we do not like to see Atalanta play the
No,
San Siro.
Absolutely fucking not, because the little Gasperini elf dancing when he beat us 5-0, for me, it's finished. Atalanta, for me, I hope they lose every game. I'm not happy. And if someone's going to come out and say, oh, Steve, you don't support Italian teams. You don't support.
I don't.
The guy danced while they beat us 5-0.
And they're making more money because of our stadium.
Exactly. They're making more money because of our stadium. And he danced while he scored a 5th goal on us. For me, it's over. It's like Istanbul. It's like any other time that Milan fell on hard times. Everybody wasn't apologetic to Milan when they fell in hard times. Oh, I wish we could get better. But if they don't, no one cares. So, you know what, Atalanta? Go ahead. Play in San Siro. Whoever's bright idea was it to say yes, Milan and Inter, both of you. Go ahead. Go ahead. But you're not going to get my support. I'm sorry. You're not going to get my support.
Other than coronavirus, do you have anything to talk about the Serie A matches of this week? I guess we're going to have to wait until next week to get our 7 minutes.
We have. Yeah.
7 minutes of Serie A with our beloved Stevie P. What do you have for us other than, coughing and Portuguese and coronavirus?
Very simple. You have my music. Notte magiche.
Huh?
Notte magiche. I need my music.
Okay, sorry, guys. The president is going to have to cut this
7 minutes of Serie A, ladies and gentlemen. People, they laughed. They said, Steve, it's your fault that we probably only have 7 minutes of Serie A this time, but it's no joke. No joke.
Notte magiche. It is not on Amazon. Oh, yes, I think it is. No? Sorry, Steve. Oh. No, it's not the good one.
It's okay. You could just play it.
Let me just do
just
YouTube.
Play it.
Aspetta. Anyways, we got time.
Oh, yeah.
Marcello's going to cut this off. Notte magiche Italia 90. That's what it is. Okay. Video will play after ad. Scusate, guys. As you can see, we're not very well prepared. No. All right.
Why I picked this song?
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sugar Sammy. But Canadien. Guys, pick this song. 1990. Very important to me. Love. Got my first jersey. Roberto Baggio, number 15. Steve is on the scene with Serie A, ladies and gentlemen.
He's here.
Vinny's here, side by side. Vinny. Friday's game, because we have Friday games now in Serie A.
Yeah.
Brescia-Napoli, 1-2.
See.
Napoli comes back from 1-0 down. Who's their coach? Gattuso. Remind you of something last year?
Benevento.
Yeah, probably. Napoli comes back, guys. Napoli does what they have to do. They take 3 points away from Brescia after going down. Guys, that's Gattuso.
Weren't we winning against Napoli 2-0 and they came back 2-2 at the beginning of that season there? So that's the story del Milan, right?
Saturday's game. La merda. Juve.
Yeah.
2. Spal. 1. Guys, Juve, simple, terrible. They look disgusting.
And they almost tied it up for Spal at one point.
Spal gets a penalty shot. They make it 2-1. CR7 scores in 11th straight game that he has played. Record is still Batistuta, 11 straight consecutive games.
A thousandth goal is there.
1,000 goal.
I,
Whatever.
I'm not a fan of that
CR7.
bun. I'm not a fan of the
Guys,
bun.
big trouble for Spal. Di Biagio has zero ideas to get Spal out of this. He seems like someone who's coached the U21, the best U21 Italy team that we had, and had absolutely no ideas. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Di Biagio. Zero ideas. Fiorentina Milan, guys, we talked about it. VAR, terrible, terrible, terrible. Milan lose the lead at the end for a dubious penalty. Guys, we dropped 3 points. That's terrible. But
still in that hunt, right? All depending on what Verona does.
Yeah. And so the rest of the games, guys, one more after that. That was it. 2 more after that. Sunday's games. Genoa 2-2 and Lazio 3. Lazio takes care of business.
That game was one of the Lazios of the Jekyll and Hyde era where they would have probably tied or lost that game. But by the way, can you guys stop talking news media? Immobile more goals than him. Immobile, please, because when it comes to Italy, he can't score for fucking shit. So please stop jinxing the guy. Let him do whatever he wants to do. And that's my point on about that.
No, perfect. Genoa, guys, Genoa's in trouble.
And Roma, obviously. Roma, you could have bet the house on
exactly. But Lecce's been playing well. So look, Roma, they took care of business too, guys, and unfortunately 2 drop points from Milan, which is going to hurt us again in that race to catch fourth or Europa League. The rest of Serie A, guys, we all know. Can we please applaud Serie A for actually doing the right thing for once?
Actually, you know what? I think they needed to. I think they would have been blasted just because supposedly within the 24 40 hours it was like 220 cases. And it's not a thing that it's all fatal, but it's just like stop the spreading. Now they have confirmed the Europa League closed doors.
Yeah,
they've considered. I don't know if you guys have seen anything that they very possibly maybe the rest of the month of
guys, big match. Juve, Inter, maybe behind closed doors. Shout out to my friends, the Mancini brothers, Zingo, who are on their way there, I think, because they're going to watch Lyon and Juventus for the Champions League, and their second game was Juve Inter at the J Stadium. That's terrible, man. That's what's gonna hurt. That's what I feel bad for. But you have to look at things on a global scale. I get it. There's a big logistical problem there for people traveling from around the world to get to Italy. But it's like, would you want to take a cruise right now? Would you want to get on an airplane? Would you want to go to one of these high contagious, but I'm not going to say high contagious, but areas where there's a high count of
just contain it.
And I'm pretty sure you guys will have another chance. I hope that it turns around and you can go. But if not, take care of yourselves. Guys, your first ever 7 minutes of Serie A.
Well, it was a bit shortened, but we'll have more about next week. How are we doing on time over there? So we're doing fantastic. We're doing fantastic on time. Yeah. But we're going to go through some questions.
Alessandra's a good one here. All I have to say is Inter is lucky for this bye week. I have to disagree.
Why would you disagree?
Because Juve took care of business. Lazio took care of business. Inter still has to play.
The pressure's
on.
And now, if they do play Juve, now they have
always nice to have a game in hand, but you have to win that game in hand. Vinny, you said that multiple times.
Yeah, thank you for that. So I'm going to try to go as many questions as possible, guys. First off, to our Milan Club Montreal member, but lives in Colorado, Peter. I hope you got your T-shirt. He's asking, how do you feel about the Vito Angeli report of Allegri or Gasperini as our plan A?
I don't want Gasperini.
Yeah, no, but okay. Are we talking with our hearts right now?
Yeah, I'm talking with my Milan jersey, my cut my arm and blue. Blood will come out, but there's gonna be a little bit of black inside.
So if you have a choice, Allegri or Gasperini.
To be very honest, you guys, Gasperini, it's not the dancing is something I joke. It really bothered me because that shows someone who's not used to winning. Gasperini is part of Atalanta's project. I'm afraid that Gasperini going to another team and does not have the same project and the same control that he has at Atalanta, guys, we will not succeed. succeed, guys. And I think Allegri is that fine tweaker that Vinny says all the time. I think we need someone with a little bit more experience, so I would go with Allegri if I'd have to choose.
David's saying Ragnick there, but again, we're saying that he's. But other than guys, let's not pretend we know who this guy is and we follow his career. We're just going by what we read and stuff like that. So
I'm all for new ideas, but we don't have the project or the time to gamble
or the money. Will Zvonko asks, will Benacer break the record for most numbers of yellow cards during one season? That's very possible. I don't know if you guys saw AC Milan posted a video meeting Benacer. A nice little video featurette, 11 minutes.
Did he get a yellow card in that video?
No, but he said he goes because I give my all. That's why I get the yellow card. But he's very, very shy guy with that Algerian mustache. I told Medzi that he's got to grow that mustache like that.
I think this year is tough. It'll continue. If he breaks the record, I will not be shocked. But I think as he goes on in his career with Milan, he will get the respect of the refs. And because of that respect for the refs, the yellow cards will diminish. But he plays that type of game where he's always around the ball, always recuperating balls. So he has to be a little bit more careful. But I would not want to make him change the way he plays just to avoid these yellow cards. And you have to give it to him as well. He picks up yellow cards very early in the game, still stays relevant and plays his game, and doesn't pick up that second yellow. So
it's still something to definitely be addressed. But I think at this point, let's concentrate on winning and not worry about the Benacer's yellow cards.
Dave's question: did Gattuso get as many yellow cards as Benacer? No, because Gattuso played alongside Pirlo, and when Gattuso recuperated balls and gave them away to Pirlo, that ball wasn't coming back Gattuso's way for the next 10 to 15 minutes. So,
and shout out to our friend Colin that even sent us a picture of him and the boys at Milan Club Dublin.
Whose birthday was it in Dublin?
No, I was just saying. Sorry,
Steve.
Mike's birthday was a couple of days before you.
Mike.
And he said he's not a very big. He doesn't fancy the grappa, so I told him I was going to take one. We were going to take one for the team. But showing us pictures that's still having a good time. I'm not sure that alcohol had anything to do with them having still a good time. No. And shout out to Fabio Parenti, the president of Dublin, meeting Gattuso over there and saying
Fabio,
that you're
next to the phone, Fabio.
We're going to be calling for some presidential points. Ivo just wanted to rant a little bit. The little boys, that it was more of a rant this time than is a question, but I will share it anyways. I know we did not control the game well and we did not take full advantage after the game. Nevertheless, Fiorentina did nothing to deserve the draw. They had some dangerous shots, but it was all after the penalty. I'm sick and tired of finding excuses for our play, but also tired of finding excuses for the refs. Yes, we did not control the game well, but we should have won, and the penalty was a joke. I think you're taking the words out of our mouth.
I agree 110%.
And keeping not just blaming the referee and the penalty, just saying they didn't do shit to deserve that tie, and we didn't do anything to protect that advance.
Other times, we'll go through a game like that. We'll absorb at least 2 times the pressure, and we'll still come out with a win. But against a team like Fiorentina, who was down to 10 men, if you can't bury another chance to kill the game, and that's unfortunately the lack of mentality on Milan's side to finish off a game, you will, unfortunately, the ref took it in his own hands to show Fiorentina a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. It was a penalty shot. We're not going to talk about Cutrone wanting to take the penalty shot because that was just ridiculous. But
do you blame him?
Yeah.
Why would you blame him?
Because it's not your place to take that penalty.
No, he wanted to take the penalty.
He went out of the way to get that. He is the 3rd or 4th PK taker on that team.
What I'm trying to say is that Emi was just trying to shove it up our asses. And there's another thing where we said, you know what, it felt bad that we saw him leave. Stop talking about him, that he was God's gift to Milan and that he was no true Milanista. True Milanista would have never done that, just like Pirlo going to Juventus. There, I like to say.
But unfortunately, Pirlo gave us Champions League. Cutrone gave us absolutely nothing.
Another fine point. Milan Mo asks, do you see Samu Castillejo as the starting player on the right side for the next years?
He's got to improve his game.
Definitely.
Sure.
He's got a bit of refining, a bit of fine tweaking to do to his play. I like the determination, the heart that he shows. Now, but let's be honest, Steve. Is Castillo, if you're going to build a team to go into a Champions League thing, Samu is your bench, Samu is your rotation player.
Someone could come off the bench and give you some quality minutes, especially at the end of the game. Cannot be your starting right winger.
But yeah, exactly. So if you're going for the top four, stop me if you see any questions there on the YouTube. Gino asks, what exactly needs to happen for you two to be confident in the club moving forward? What manager, players, ownership, stadium? Actually,
have this question already?
I'm at the 17th of December, 17th of February. How did you get in there? Oh, I had to do latest. Sorry, guys. Trash Boat, do you think we're getting into Europa next season? By that, I commend your consistency. Yeah, I still think there's some sort of possibility.
I think that's a realistic goal. Yeah. Will they play? That's another question.
Do we want Bakayoko back? What price? That's the problem. Would I take Bakayoko back? Yeah, but guys, remember, if you take back Bakayoko, you have Bakayoko, Benacer, and Kessie. Those one, unless what, you're going to bring him in for a rotation player, this and that. One of them would have to go, unless we have the money to have that kind of team. I
don't know about Bakayoko.
Well, I wouldn't take it back for 35 million. No. Angie, but Samu rocked that D&G suit at Fashion Week. So, Angela, she the first lady of Philadelphia.
We're not wearing Versace anymore. She invited Lukaku to the Fashion Week. Not wearing Versace anymore.
The Adriano, that piece of bread. Is Rebic doing enough for Milan to officially purchase him despite the probable steep asking price by Frankfurt? Well, if we have to just look at the last 6-7 games,
What's steep? Your definition of steep.
They're gonna ask. I think the loan was for a year and a half, was it not?
Yeah, with the option to buy.
What are they gonna ask?
But they're probably set an option price. They're not gonna say option for 2-year loan and then magically he plays well and I want 100 million. If they did, they're really stupid.
Now, Andre Silva doesn't even start, I believe.
Is that? What is the sorcery you speak of?
In the end, it's going to cost us money, Steve.
Yeah, but
we invested how much?
If he continues playing like this, if it's anywhere underneath what Silva cost us and he's injury-free and he continues to play the way he's playing, Ibra dependent or not, it depends what steep is, Adriano. It depends what steep. If you're asking for 60 million, Rebic is going back to Frankfurt.
Ian Ferraz or Cavarez is so arrogant that he took 7 seconds to review a play from an angle that was impossible to be definite from. And is there a rule like in the other sports? Do you think this happens if Juve or Inter are playing? I don't want to get into those, Juve this and Inter that. It's just frustrating where it just seems it's always the same refereeing doing these kind of decisions. And we spoke about our thoughts from there. But no, guys, I don't want to talk about, the referees are bought and they're forced to do this. Yes, it sounds stupid, but because we keep on hearing it. And, it's not 2006, guys. There's no backdoor referees smoking cigars and taking money and going.
But if I have to answer the question, I don't think that call is made the same way.
I don't think that call is made the same way, maybe for a top 14. Let's not be specific.
There's a little bit of thing. He put in a little bit of juice there that he never gets a call. Hey, by the way, no Rocco Commisso press conference this week?
Because we spoke our minds and told him to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, I get it. Only when it's favorable for him. Okay, that's good.
Gigi La Patat, what do you guys think the continuous costly missed chances? It's costing us a lot
of points. That's what we think.
Can't seem to be able to finish. And, oh, man, it's like, guys, I was in a good mood. Steve's birthday. Mine's tomorrow. Now you guys are bringing me back to all these missed chances and these missed points. God damn it. We have to cut everything in 45 minutes. Christian Espinoza, would you rather Milan keep trying to make Europa with the same players we have been using or go all in for the rest of the season playing like young guys like Maldini, Bresciani, Leao and Paquetá and Fana will really have with these guys?
No, I would not take a risk in El Campionato with La Gioventù. We said it last week. Go to Serie A Primavera, dominate there, and then come and develop properly with Milan. This is not FIFA 20.
What if, Steve, we're 6 remaining games and there's slightly no chances for us to finish 6th? Would you do it then?
Well, then I hope.
Let's say there's no hope
at the end of the season they do give these guys some chances. We gave Gabia a chance by, I'm not going to say miracle, but through injury. But it seems like he held his own against Torino, was having a good game against Fiorentina, and then had to come off because of cramps or injury, fatigue. Well, that means he still needs game time. He's one of our young players, and unfortunately didn't have the legs to finish the game. That's a big problem, guys. We have a 38-year-old who can finish games, and our youngster couldn't finish a game.
To Rob Chevy's brother-in-law Vince, here you're in the hospital watching from the. We're having people watching this from the hospital.
Beautiful.
Hope you're okay over there. Get well soon. And
Mandere de Vort.
And maybe he's got the monitor. He could do the VAR over there at the hospital. Ask the doctor.
Yeah.
I want to review what you just did over there. What else do we have? Evo, he just likes going back and forth. I gotta love Evo. Do you see Pioli on the bench next season? This is coming from Trolusconi. The management needs to realize that we need a proven manager. However, we have seen proven managers like Ancelotti fail too. What can be a solution moving forward? It seems like we get the same questions over and over again every single week. You can have guys, the Klopps of the world, the Contes of the world. You're not gonna find these guys like open the door and they're gonna be right there.
No.
These kind of fine tweakers. Now, if you're gonna go get a coach within like an Allegri, an example, Allegri ain't gonna do shit with this kind of team. Am I wrong, Steve? What did he do when we lost Oli Senatori? Barely made it to Champions League than the year after.
But I think, no offense to the players after Senatori, but I think with the game has changed a lot since then. So I think he's had to change as well. You know, the Juve was a well-oiled machine. I get it. I would like to see him. You know, everybody wanted to see Ancelotti with a team that had like Naples was almost like a project. Unfortunately, their president was a psychopath, and that didn't go well. But now he's at Everton. I would like to give Allegri a chance to work with some of these players just to see what he could get out of them. But I agree, he is a bit of a fine tweaker. But then we could say the same thing about Pep. If you're fine tweaking and you give Allegri that label, you're giving Pep that label too, because everywhere he's gone is a stacked team.
Yeah, no, you're right, Don. But I'm just saying, like, you know, the just give us some manager that can at least give us some sort of result. But he's gonna need players. So if you're gonna go get that coach, right, go get that money and get that budget. Gino Firino goes, what exactly is happening between Gazidis, Boban, and Maldini? Is it the end of the road for Boban, Maldini, Pioli, and Ibrahimovic? I don't think so.
This is why I love the questions, because I completely forgot about that. What kind of stupid soap opera is going on at Milan? Who the hell are their PR guys? And how the hell do they let this happen? Gazidis has an interview. He says one thing. Maldini's asked 1,000 questions on on Domenica Sportiva, Sky Sport, whatever the hell you want to call it, about something else. How can you let Gazidis? It's obviously doesn't understand Italian.
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it. So go to school. You're probably like a master's or something. Go start picking up Italian and start getting in the groove of things. Because I'm not blaming him for being someone who controls the finances. Like, I get that mathematics is a universal language, but Italians are mentally insane. They will take every single word out of context to get an article printed out. They will cause and they will infiltrate like bacteria to cause friction between players.
And
Between in management. Boban, Maldini, and Gazidis get in a room, say, no more talk about direction. No more. Stop. Till the end of the year, stop. They ask you about the coach, no comment. They ask you about direction, no comment. They ask you about what do you think the bus is going to have as drinks, no comment.
You should get your you gotta plug yourself in over because it looks like we're dying soon. We're gonna die soon. We're good. Chris Torano, I was pissed off at the VAR decision. I like his comments here, but Pioli didn't do himself any favors either. His subs were bad. We talk about it all the time, but I really don't understand every Milan's coach obsession with Hakan. He offers nothing. Why can't Leao play anymore? Forget Leao, but why didn't Paquetá start?
I don't know why Paquetá didn't start. I think
Is there any reason?
the Fiorentina game would have been a good game for him to start. A little bit of flair, a little bit of creativity. Guys, I'm sorry, I need to plug in my laptop because
Well, I go
we're
get
gonna
the
lose
grab,
it.
because we're it's birthday.
But guys,
birthday
we're
grab.
blaming Pioli. Pioli had to sub off Donnarumma because of injury.
Then
Pioli had to sub off Gabbia because of injury. Then, what was his last change?
Guys, help us out. YouTube, who was his last change? I think he
I have it on
changed.
my phone.
What's going on over here? What's going on? God damn, we're
Just
not
plug it,
professionals.
just plug it.
Nor do we pretend to be.
Let's look at his last change, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see if anybody answers. Which one? No, this one here. It's Poli, just regular Poli grappa. This birthday grappa. Salad maker, yeah, sausage maker.
Sausage maker had to come on.
Sausage maker came on for Castillejo, if I'm not mistaken.
Begovic for Donnarumma, the 52nd. Musacchio for Gabbia and Castillejo for Salchicha Maker. Castillejo, guys, if you paid attention to the game, was touching la coscia. He was touching il prosciutto, the leg, right next to the groin, right next to the twig and berries. Can we give Pioli a little bit of slack on this one, guys?
Okay, but on the starting, why Hakan?
Yeah, on the starting, I agree. Why Hakan? Why does Hakan get a free pass? We talk about it. We could talk only that, Presidente, for 45 minutes about why Hakan Çalhanoğlu starts. But guys, the changes, look at them properly. They were all through injury. All through injury or cramps, because apparently 18-year-olds, they can't play 90 minutes anymore.
And Mike, same on the same wavelength, saying Mike from New York saying Gabbia for Musacchio, leaving Çalhanoğlu for 90 minutes on a yellow. It was a snowman in the middle of summer in this game. Doesn't sub in Leao or Paquetá. Conti over Calabria. The turtleneck must be too tight. By the way, your turtleneck, it wasn't on Amazon Prime, so it's coming. It's coming. But Conti over Calabria, I don't have a problem with the Conti. He hasn't played. And this is for Mike from Milan Club Dublin. To you, Steve.
Thank
Happy
you,
birthday.
and to you, Vinny.
Salud.
Pisces power. Gigi La Patate in 2 weeks.
We're hitting a milestone tomorrow.
Yeah.
40. Oh my God. My God, it's disgusting.
Ooh, beautiful. Acqua di vita.
So, how are we doing on time over there?
Very good.
No, but that's YouTube time. I think we're doing very good on the... Guys, a couple of questions.
Very good.
Very good. Look at that. We're doing fantastic. Guys, a couple of questions from YouTube. Then we're going to be calling...
No, let's call Tommy Tom right now.
You want to call him right now?
Tommy time.
We got to tell him, Tommy, you got 5 minutes. Not even. But he's got to keep it. He's got to keep it to... Because we've been getting bad feedback, saying that he's a bit much.
What happened over here?
It's connected. Yeah, sure.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Tommy. How are you?
Good. And you guys?
Good. Just to let you know, we're sneaking you in onto the podcast, but just for you to know, it's going to be on a 24-hour loop on the Radio Rossonera. So we can still swear, but keep the corruption down. But I wanted to talk to you about how did you feel about that game? I know you came in a little late with Anthony, but awful. What didn't you like?
Awful. How could we not go and pick up 3 points against Fiorentina when we know Europa League? At least Europa League, we have to pick up points. And I don't care now, people saying Perkovic, Donnarumma got injured, then Perkovic, or this guy Gabbia didn't have 90 minutes in his legs. There's no excuse for it. And if Gabbia didn't have 90 minutes in his legs, that's only Pioli's fault. Because if you don't make a guy play, how is he going to give you 90 minutes?
And that's totally wrong. That's totally wrong.
But Tommy, so how's this? What do you think the reason was for Hakan to start? Not to give, let's say, Çalhanoğlu a second.
I said it all the time, which I'm not going to say because this is a family show. But I'm sure there's something going on between Hakan and Pioli. I'm more sure because it's impossible that a cadaver like that plays bad game after game after game after game, and you're putting them on every cazzo of Sunday. That doesn't work like that, my friend.
There's not. I don't think there's any to
something-
understand.
How come they put out Paquetá? Paquetá had a couple of lousy games. They started subbing him. This guy has a lousy game every week, Giannovo. And it seems like he's not subbed out. And let me be more frank.
Go right ahead.
If push came to shove, I would have loved more Giannovo leading than Suso.
Oh,
Because Suso he was a bit more, how can I say, a bit more pericoloso. At least he could have taken a shot on net if there was a free kick. This guy on free kicks, or he hits that bandiera or he throws it to God knows where.
he was less of a
This guy does
cadaver.
not belong on the field. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This guy belongs or in the stands or this guy belongs on the bench.
Well,
That's the thing. And if Pioli gets fired, well, thank God, because if he doesn't get that this guy does not deserve to play, then he's really stupid.
well, that's some people are not agreeing with you, but we're all entitled to our own opinions. But in the end, Tommy, the next 4
And
games.
I heard we're talking about Allegri. Allegri fa schifo. Una minestra riscaldata, my friend. This guy will not win. This guy had the team of Milan, of superstars, of one of the best teams in Europe, and he did nothing with them. Then he had another worldwide superstar team with Juventus. He did nothing with them. So let me tell you something. When you have a team which is one of the best in Europe and you can't do nothing with them, then it's not you that wins, it's a team.
Well, yeah, no, it's
Your tactics are garbage.
we got
So Scudettos don't count.
Scudettos don't count because they were the best team.
Scudetto don't count because Scudetti, I told you before and I say it again. Scudetti, they're bought and paid for. And we all know that.
We'll keep it to that. But because we're doing fantastic on time, Tommy, as you give us every single week, who do you have this week in cadaver history?
This week in cadaver history, I'm going to bring back a guy that came to Milan in 1996 in November 7. It's the defender from Ajax that came to Milan that was supposed to do wonders, that was supposed to replace the Costa Curta. Un pidone dei pidoni, Mr. Reisinger che arriva dal Milan, ha fatto pure autogol, faceva autogol, non difendeva niente, and this guy was paid back in the day, 12 miliardi, which today would be 6 million euros.
So there's your I forgot about him. He was quite the cadaver on there. But always great to talk to Tommy. Bring us back in cadaver history. And Tommy,
I have another one for you guys.
we
In
can't
the same era.
in the same era. Keep him
And
close
he came
to
with Reisinger.
keep it close to the heart. The next Sunday we are playing at 6:30 in the morning. Hopefully maybe at Porte Chiuse, but we're not gonna go to the bar unless we need to wake up nice and early. But it's my birthday weekend, so probably not. I'm probably gonna be drunk.
By the way, I wanted to say, I know it's past a bit. Steve, was his birthday, I believe, last...
Yes.
Saturday.
A young 39.
Steve, 18 anni con tutta la salute. Buon compleanno.
Thank
amico
you.
mio.
39.
And have yourself a fantastic evening, Tommy. We'll talk.
You guys are the best.
You're
You guys are the best. And once again, Forza Milan, guys.
Forza
Forza
Milan.
Milan.
Ciao.
Ciao, guys.
Presidente, 45 minutes. 45 fucking minutes. We did it. Sorry, not Presidente. Radio Rossonera. So you take that 45 minutes.
He's going to cut it off.
Oh no, that's going to cut off for sure. But no, I think he's got enough material to cut off because we had the ad playing with it. So guys,
Brioshki.
Brioshki or indigestion of the week.
VAR.
VAR,
in
no,
the
VAR
Milan
is
game,
just,
guys. I'm sorry.
there's
VAR
nothing
in
else.
the Milan game was disgusting. Wrong, 100%. Guys, lay off Pioli. When he's wrong, trust me, I'm the first one that to say that he's wrong. But the substitute, besides starting Hakan for absolutely no reason, the substitutions were unfortunately done because of injury.
Feel good moment of the week. I'm gonna go with Pioli. Finally, not in a way because we haven't heard him speak a lot. Mistakes we do this. He goes, but recently there's a lot of calls that have questionable. He didn't at least he said something.
I'm gonna go a step higher. Maldini, l'uomo di silenzio, never someone to talk. Today, this weekend, he said it. If the rigore on Romagnoli is called, I know why I'm not playing anymore in this league.
Maldini is a great feeling from over there. Milan Weekly Podcast, keeping it together, 45 minutes, having time to do YouTube. And we're going to stay on YouTube. And for you guys listening in the magical land of Italia, check us out. Milan Weekly Pod, directly on YouTube.
Learn a little bit. Per quelli italiani, un po' di inglese fa bene a tutti.
Fa bene a tutti, ovunque e sempre.
Forza Milan!
Ciao. Look at that, guys.
Boom.
Yes, guys. So, basically that's what's happened is that Radio Rossonera is going on a 24/7 kind of loop that basically anybody that's tuning into that radio will have content all the time. So they've asked us to trim it down to 45 minutes because of whatever reasons. And we thought we didn't have time for Tommy, but we really enjoy doing this, guys, all the time. And we're going to see that I don't know if we have enough of a following to go out of Radio Rossonera. Stay tuned. Who knows? Elliott Management, no news share. What do you mean? Any news on Donnarumma? Yeah, seriously, guys, Donnarumma. No, nothing came out.
No.
Just I think the way it looks, Steve. Did you think Mo was more precautionary?
Probably.
Well, a little bit more precautionary for that one there, but supposedly. So now, guys, I don't know if you heard the same thing as us. I believe everything will be a Portechiusa this weekend.
Seems like it's that's what they're saying.
Or there is still talks of maybe delaying every single game. But now they were saying that if they do that because of Europa League, because now they were talking about the Inter game because of Europa League, that they might have to take it back in May, or they might just, I don't know, extend Serie A by 1 week. I'm not sure.
I don't know. There's the Euro, guys.
Thanks, Faz. We have your support. I did it before. I'll do it again. No, guys, it's it was. For us, it was just like, we love doing this kind of stuff. But if it has to start becoming like a chore, we don't want to be here like a chore and you have to do it like this, you have to do it like that. We enjoy you guys interacting with us. We enjoy, it's very humbling when you see 1,500, 1,600 listens.
Shane is listening from Ireland at whatever time in the morning.
Shane, he's probably waking up. What time is it? No, it's 5 hours. No, is it not? Milan Club Dublin, you guys are awesome. I hope you're part of that club, Shane. What else do we have? Could Milan cancel their Asian summer tour? Maybe do another North American tour instead?
Because that's a very good question, actually.
But now because they had decided Asia because it's been 2 years in a row for North America.
I'm not going to Asia if I'm Milan.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on.
No offense to any of our Asian listeners.
No,
I'm not going to Asia.
So we'll see what happens from over there. How's the Mari said it was freezing there at the beginning, but I hope the video quality has been fine. And guys, Milan Club presidents, David, we're gonna come. Actually, you know what? We may be going to go to Angie before.
Yeah.
Maybe the first lady's perspective.
Maybe first lady's perspective.
First lady's perspectives, but we like to reach out to every single people out there, the club presidents. We have Maurizio is going to be, well, now we just did Sabrina. Maurizio is going to have to wait. Wait his turn. We're going to try David, the first lady. We have Kumbaracic from New York. We'd like to
get Kumbaracic, he wanted to make it very clear that there's no president of New York. They're a board.
Okay.
A committee. So there'll be the committee points.
Okay. And Steve's going to have a good time putting those in perspective.
That's going to be perfect.
But even...
hookers and cocaine while they do the presidential points.
And Fabio from Milan Club Dublin will try to reach out to him. Guys, it's really... that's what it's all about. This is what this podcast is all about, right? Everybody does podcasts. I know there's many Milan ones out there. I don't think there's one quite like us because we're just regular Joes.
We're just that stupid.
Yes. And, it sounds... Just the way David coming, we've known David online for how many years now, Steve? Probably from the Red Card Weekly days.
Yeah.
and him coming to Montreal that time and us embracing each other like we were, long lost family members, everything like that's what this podcast has done. And the love of Milan, that's what we're, brothers and sisters all over the world. Right? And we're going to try to get an intern so they can go through all these questions and make sure we don't answer the same questions over and over again. Or I got to make sure that when I play YouTube, it's without any ads. But what is he saying, Marito, there? Marcel is in the house. Where is he?
He's right there. Look.
Oh, everyone, Presidente here. If you have any questions about the modified pass, he wants to validate him and make sure everybody's okay, guys.
Yeah.
No, Presidente, we're good. We did it pretty good. We put the Benny Hill music and it was fine. Sabrina came. Did he know about Sabrina's points? That we went over his head. Yeah, we got Sabrina to give us some points. We're gonna get some maybe one major point for many Milan clubs around the world. What is he saying? What is the stuff with was not made aware of this new appointment?
He knows he's a liar. He's
a liar.
At the direct messages. Okay, guys, buonanotte.
Guys, have yourself a fantastic evening. Ovunque sempre, Forza Milan. We'll talk to each other next Monday. Ciao.